Once you have a daughter,
Sure. I don't have a daughter. I wish I had a daughter.
bro,
Yeah.
it changes you.
It's not too late.
Oh, ngeke ngokwathi go. But
You are definitely a hoe, bro.
How, bro?
What's a rap?
Awufuna ukushada but ufuna ukumithisa.
Ngiyamithisa all day. Kanti tutulo ziyaba.
You're a hoe, bro.
How many kids you have?
You and your bro,
I've got 2 that I know.
you and your bro are definitely family. It's a gazini.
If I'm gonna have one more child, and if
Whoa! How many kids do you have?
3.
I got 4.
No, that's why I'm asking. You spoke about 3.
Yes.
In a new relationship.
Yes. I like the fact that you said in this relationship. Yes.
So ufuna
I've
umphinda
got 4 boys. Akuthi ngiyafuna.
uzomphinda.
Ngizo. And if it's a boy, then you know what? I'll go tie my tubes. I will. And I'll say, God, I'm your man.
Thanks. Sharp.
And I will tie my tubes. I won't say, so when I'm I'll tie my tubes and I'll say, God.
It's so interesting, especially from a Zulu man saying, I want a girl because
I've always wanted to go.
yeah, it's gonna change you.
Because
I can't wait.
You
bro.
spoke about how heavy your family is in terms of the female energy.
Yeah.
My family on my father's side is just masculinity. So I've always wanted a girl. I've always been jealous of my friends that had older sisters because I had an older brother who was a jerk growing up, and he's a jerk now and no one likes him. But like, it was that dynamic of I've always seen myself as a girl dad. And my boys are your most stereotypical boys. You're most in every way.
How old is the eldest?
Grade 4, grade 2, grade R, and then the other one is turning 1 next month.
Feel my school fees was.
Yeah, Baba. I wonder if there's a person who is broke.
I don't know.
Because
about
they think
broke.
man. I feel like
I want to change manje. Man. Makhona ugeli ocabanga ukuthi lutho.
You sound like me.
Next. Lutho, skati. Every day I'm a drop off, my pick up, skati.
Wena boshela uKelly Khumalo namhlanje uthini manje?
Uzoboshwa wena.
Now listen, Kelly, what's happening? Guys,
Just the last question before we wrap up. Last question before we wrap up. And I again, I'm such a groupie. Usel Beyonce.
Yeah.
I'd love for Usel Beyonce to get onto the show because there's a lot of things that are happening in the current space that we're in. We saw with Ungizwa and the whole Somizi thing. We saw with the whole marriage. What's your guys' view, first and foremost?
Yeah.
In that sensitive space, and it is sensitive space. And to those viewers that we have that are part of the community, before we get to your final closing words, what advice would you give them in maneuvering in 2025 in the space that we're in? Because you guys work with Usel Beyonce intimately like that.
So intimately.
Work with.
Pause.
Ain't no pause. Pause.
I think
Uselpi.
I think the most important thing is to say nobody can choose anything for anybody else.
Sure.
I've got to respect you and appreciate you as you are.
Fact.
And for me, I think the greatest learning with especially with Uselpi was the authentic nature. She is authentic. She is, and there's things. She was like, I said, I'm gonna make mistakes. I said this to her. She said, I need you to make mistakes because as much as you're learning, I'm also learning. Yeah, but that made it that much easier because the biggest thing is you don't want to be working no muntu sabutu offender the entire time because that then but Uselpi said please make mistakes inzima lento le. I understand where you're coming from, so please make mistakes so that we can learn together on this journey. And for me, I've never had to judge anyone because of who you're sleeping with or who you're not sleeping with.
Unless you invite me,
Pause.
But I'm not asking.
I need to- nah.
Whether you sound like when
know.
Dame Dash keeps saying pause unnecessary.
Yabo,
There's a lot of unnecessary pauses
lento
here.
le ukuthi nomemana manje emacamereni seni 3 4 lapho mina I'm out bafethu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Pause
that's why
along.
ngiphosa lokho. I'm out.
Okay.
You know. Right lapha endlini nkosikazi.
Song is right.
So, like, I think my response to that is, Wuti, I think all quarters involved in this greater conversation need to allow more grace for learning. Ungenzi izinto ozaziyo ukuthi they're going to antagonize me without caring about how I feel.
Sure.
Because now I'm in this world, I need to care about how you feel to make it comfortable for you. So asibuzane, communicate, agree with like where we are, but just keep mindful of what we all still need to live together. I-aggression ayidingeki. So asindlaleni ithuba lokufundisana.